Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum class. I hope that you are all listening to these video lessons regularly and with interest and doing your work also. I hope that you are getting used to of this practice of video lessons as we had spent the whole last year in the same way. We pray to Almighty Allah to keep all of us safe. As you know that Ramzan is approaching, so get ready for that blessed month also. Reschedule your timetable so that you will be able to get the barakas of Ramadan along with your studies. Yesterday we had completed unit 2 and today I am going to discuss with you the box question of this unit. These box questions are so simple and so easy that I think that there is no need of giving you the answers or discussing with you the answer, because these are simple what and who questions. And if you have got the lesson, understood the lesson, they are very simple and easy for you also. But just to have a look at that, what are these questions? Let's discuss these questions first. The first box question given on page number 13 is, who offers sacrifice for the country? We have read in the first paragraph that first of all we have read the definition of the patriotism, and the next sentence was that who is a patriot. So a true patriot offers sacrifice for the country. Who offers sacrifice for the country? A true patriot offers sacrifice for the country. Then the next question is with paragraph number, I think it's paragraph number 3, who led the Muslims of the subcontinent in their struggle for a separate homeland? Again a who question. Means you have to answer or you have to name the person or the personality who led the Muslims. And who is that personality? Obviously, Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, a nation builder and a great patriot, led the Muslims in their struggle for a separate homeland. And then the last question on the page and of this unit is, what is the highest military award? So what is the highest military award? We have read it yesterday and we know before that, before doing this unit also. The highest military award is Nishane-e-Haider. Nishane-e-Haider is the highest military award. Only these 3 box questions were given with this lesson. Now open your book page 18. Boys, I just want to say you one thing, that when you start listening to your video lessons, I hope that you are doing this. This is just a kind of reminder for you that whenever you start listening to your video lessons, do have your books, your notebooks that are your rough sheets, and a pen or pencil in hand to write down whatever is required, or to write down your answers if there is some confusion, so that you can ask that. Either if it's possible for you to ask in that day, or when we are inshallah be in the school again, so that we can have a discussion on all that we are doing these days. So this is page number 18, grammar exercise, and this grammar exercise is modal verbs. So we have read before verb, that verb is an action word. We have also read the word linking verb, means a verb that creates link of the subject and the action. And then we have also read that there are auxiliaries, helping or linking verb, there are main verb or action verbs, there are transitive or intransitive verb. This is modal verbs. What are modal verbs? Modal verbs are a special kind of helping verb. Means one thing is clear here, that they are a kind of helping verbs. A modal verb helps the main verb to express the mood of the subject, and at the same time it can indicate possibility, persuasion, ability or willingness. Means modal verb has a double function. It works as a helping verb, And it also works as a verb that expresses the possibility, or it expresses the persuasion, it expresses your ability or your willingness. So this is called a modal verb. Now, what is the definition given in your book is modal verbs combine with other verbs to form compound verbs. Compound verbs, or you can say verb phrases, when there is more than one verb, it makes a verb phrase. Here is a list of modal verbs given in this block, and their function, that how and where these modal verbs are used. So let's discuss this list with the examples. The first column or the first line of this modal verbs is can, could, may, might, and would. And functions of these verbs is they are used to indicate possibility. They are used to indicate possibility. See, can and then could. It means that could is the second form of can. Similarly, may and might means the second form of may is might. And then you are given the verb would. These 5 words are used to indicate possibility, means something is possible or is not possible. Now we divide these 5 words into 2 lists, that there is can, may, and there is also could, might, and would. When I said that could and might are the second forms of may and can, it means that this could and might is used in the past tenses, something that we are used to do in the past. For example, if I say to show the ability, or to show in the next line also, see, can, will, could, or would, they are the same words as are given earlier. Just one is missing, that is would. They are used to indicate possibility. They are also used to indicate ability. If we talk about possibility, in the first line there, it may be, can you come? Can you help me? May you come there? Or may you go there? Or could you please help me? These are used to show the possibility of something. And in the next line, can, will, could, would, these are the verbs given. They are used to show ability. If I say, I can swim, this is my ability. But if I want to show that it is no more my ability, I can say that I could swim when I was a child. Similarly, if I say, I will carry your bag, I'm showing or giving my willingness. But if I say, she said she would carry my bag, it means that she is talking about something that she will do in the past. Next comes your list of must, will, and shall. Keep this thing in your mind, and you can also write it on your books, that these 3 modal verbs are used to show 100% certainty. Here their function is written that they are used to indicate certainty. You can mention in brackets that the certainty is 100% certainty, where there is no doubt. When we have no doubt about anything, we use these words. These are these helping verbs that are will, must, will, or shall. Shall is not in common use these days. It is an old-fashioned, old language word. Most of the time, will is used in each and every word. For example, if I say that this is about certainty, if I say that you must get up early, you must improve your spellings, you must work hard to get through the examination. Or if I say, I will try to do my better, means I am sure and I am certain that I will try to do my better. Next, number 4 is, there are modal verbs might, should, and ought. These 3 verbs are used to indicate probability. Probability means maybe. Maybe something is going to happen. Not so sure about something, but maybe it will happen. These three words are might, should, or ought. For example, if you say, you might go there. Okay? This shows the probability. Or if you say, you should come. This also shows probability. Then the next one is can, could, may. These words are used to indicate permission, and these are the most commonly used words by the students, by you people also. That all the time we are used to of listening that teacher, may I go out? Teacher, may I go to the tuck shop? May I go to drink water? These are very common. They are used to take permission. When you are, or you can also use this word while talking to your friends, that may I borrow your pencil, or can I borrow your pencil? These are used to ask permission. Then the next list of verbs is should, must, need, and ought to. These four modal verbs are used to indicate obligation. Obligation means duty. Means you should offer your prayer in time. You must work hard. Or you need to be ready for the examination. Or you ought to be present. All these are used to show obligation. Like we should keep our promises. Similarly, we ought to obey our parents. These are all used to indicate obligations. The last verb in this list is used to. See, all other are used to indicate either possibility or impossibility, or ability or inability, or certainty or uncertainty, or similarly probability or improbability, asking permissions or for the obligations. But this used to is used for something that is your past habit, that is no more your routine now. For example, if we say that I used to live there when I was a child. When I say this, that I used to live there when I was a child, it means that I am no more living at that place. It was in the past that I used to live there. I used to get up late means it was in the past that I was used to of getting up late. This used to is a modal verb that is used to indicate the past habit. The examples given here in your book are, may I ask you a few questions? This may we have read is used to ask permission. So the example of asking permission is given here. Then, can you swim? This is a question that is asking about ability, as I told you, or I have given you the example that I can swim or I could swim when I was a child. So this is used to tell the ability. You should keep your promise. This is your moral obligation and this is your moral duty. So should is used to show your obligation or your duty. And we ought to help him. This ought to is moral obligation. Meaning morally and religiously you are bound to do something. I hope that you have got the idea of what the modal verbs are and how do we use them and what is their function. Related to this, there is an exercise given on page number 19, and I am giving you this exercise as your homework. This is something very interesting, that use appropriate models to. First, number one is describe your three abilities and capabilities. Write three sentences finding out what are your abilities or what are your capabilities, and use the modal verbs. Like, if, as I have said, that I can swim or I cannot swim, you can say that you can write, you can recite, you can draw, or any other thing. You can make new things. You can do. I have given I asked you to give three sentences, and I think that I have given you more than three sentences. You have to write sentences in this way. The next one is ask teacher's permission for going out, and you people are quite expert in that, and I hope that you all will have a different sentence from the other one, that how you are asking permission from your teacher. How do you ask permission from your teachers? Next one is ask a friend to lend you a book, and this is also a kind of your routine that we people note in the class, that here you are given just one thing, that ask a friend to lend you a book. What I have observed most of the time in the class, while you are given some homework, someone gets up and he says that, may I take the razor, may I share the scale, may I buy his pen, may I go to buy a pen. These are some of the things that you are used to of doing when you are given some work, class work, or some test, means something related to written or something related to class activity. This is what is seen in the class normally. So ask a friend to lend you a book. You have not brought your book and you want to lend his book. So how will you ask him? Next one is express necessity to get up early. Use modal verbs to tell that why it is necessary to get up early, that why we should get up early in the morning, why we should get up early. Number 5 is express duty, obligation to follow traffic rules. Again, we have read some modal verbs that are used to indicate obligations. So you have to use from those verbs. And lastly is share some past habit. What you were used to do that you are not doing now. It may be some of your habits that you dislike, or it may be some of your habits that you liked but you're not used to of doing that now. So share some of your past habits. This is your exercise and this is quite interesting. So this is your homework. Then there is an exercise given on page number 16, that is guess the meaning of the following words. This is also quite interesting. We have read the lesson yesterday, and these are the words that we have read in the lesson except two, that is fidelity and shield. The other three words were in your lesson and I have explained that also. If you have your books in front of you and you have opened your books on page number 16, you can see that here a table is given, and in this table first one is guessed meaning column and the next one is dictionary meaning column. Before opening the dictionary, just read the word and think, what do you think what the word means, and write what you think. That is called your guessed meaning. And after writing these guessed meanings, then open your dictionaries and check that what is the meaning in the dictionary, and see that you have guessed the word right or your guess is correct. So this is a kind of game also, that you are asked first to guess, and we are quite interested in guess games. So this is your work, that this exercise is also your homework. So your today's diary is vocabulary exercise A, book page 16, plus grammar exercise A, book page 19. And I hope that you all will do this homework, and this is something different, something interesting. You're not asked to learn something by heart. You're not asked to learn some rules or practice some rules. You're just asked to share your habits. You're just asked to guess the meanings, that is just like a game. I hope that all of you will do this homework. So here ends our class. Allah Hafiz.